as you breathe out, flowing energy down the arm from your heart. Can you feel the loving kindness in your palms? And from here, we're going to go into butterfly sweeping. So your hands are full of this energy of the heart, and it's going to shine from your palms into the body. Breathing in as you lift your hands up, over your head. What can you feel? Can you feel the connection? Can you feel anything in your crown? And what about your neck here? And then your heart, your solar plexus, and you relax into this swinging bow. You relax even more, sinking down to the floor, and this effortless floating up. You're trying to do it with as little strain and energy as possible. So your whole body becomes more and more relaxed. Breathing out as you bend your knees, breathing in as you swing up. Breathing out as you come down. Breathing in as you bow. Relax. Hold some of your awareness throughout, always in your dantian, just beneath the navel. And notice how this integrates the whole of the room, the whole of the body. We always want to learn to live our lives with some of our consciousness centered in the belly. Many of us spend most of our lives up in our heads. And we just get out of balance. We want to bring all of our energy centers into play, bring the strength of all these systems. Oh, isn't that delicious? Come to standing now and pull your elbows back. We're going to move into another spinal breath. Elbows back, spine arch, stick your tailbone out as far as it will go. And you can look up a little bit with your eyes and your chin. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, I just want you to completely relax your shoulders, straighten your head. Let gravity take the weight of the head forward and bring your elbows together. And gravity is pulling you down to the ground and you squeeze out all your air. Your in-breath pulls you up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up to your forehead, your crown, as you stretch and hold your breath for just a tiny moment. And straighten and breathing out. Let go and let gravity take all the tension from your body. You let it flow down your body into the earth. Breathe in, coming all the way up from the tailbone, through all the energy centers. I'm at my throat, the forehead, and then up above my body as I hold, straighten, and release. And you can have a real sense of releasing into the earth all those energies and thoughts that do not serve you. Let them go. I tend to visualize a favorite giant oak tree when I do this kind of releasing to the earth. Very traditional, Taoist kind of thing to do. Let the tree take that energy. No good for me, the tree will enjoy it. Stretch and relax. And on your last one, come all the way up the spine, and this time you're going to stretch your arms out into your fingertips. Relax, 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 relax all the way down. And then bring your hands into your belly. Breathe in. That was nice. Shake. Do those ones all day. But if you've got limited time, then it really makes sense to look after your spine. Do a spinal stretch, sideways stretch, and then some of these side to side. We'll do cloud hands after we've done a sideways stretch. Nice wide legs. And imagine here your hands are just floating on water and they're so light. Feel the palms of your hands, feeling for the energy of the earth beneath. And breathe in as you reach up, stretching up and lengthening your spine before you melt on the out breath. Breathing in, reach up. Be curious about the place in the middle where you feel completely balanced and perhaps quite light there, effortless. And come up. Bring your hands down. I don't know if any of you have mastered Zoom enough to realize that there's a little chat box here and you could put a little request in. Jerry did once. You can request any particular exercise if there's something you want me to do today. I'm just going to say hi down there so that you might see it. Or you can, of course, just text me between classes if you've got a bad neck or something that you want to work on a bit. Good. Let's have some balance. Let's swing the opposite leg and the opposite arm towards each other. And breathe. And still have that happy feeling. I'm feeling great because all my flowers are out. I've got the most amazing peony in the garden. One of them's got about 12 buds and the other one's got 15, I think. It's just extraordinary and so beautiful. And we can really lift our energy by what we rest our mind upon. And if you rest your mind upon some of these wonders of nature, you find yourself so lifted up and nourished. Notice the difference between your two sides. I'm always a bit tighter on this right side. And so we tend to favour the side that's easier, that's got more space, but it's really the other side needs the attention a little bit more. And then try a really little swing. Pay attention to your crown and lift your crown. And the other leg, little swing. Oh, I tell you what we haven't done for ages, for some massage. We've not had any moving kicks. Make sure your furniture's out of the way. It's time to be a ninja. Oh, delicious. Right, find a three-quarter stance and see if you can remember how to get into your three-quarter stance. You have your feet shoulder width apart, under your hips. And just make sure that that's the right distance for you. Are you able to stand on one foot? And in your chosen shoulder width stance, can you keep the body completely still and slowly lift that foot off the ground? If you found that you had to hotch a bit and then lift it, if your legs are too far apart, it's hard, you have to push off. So getting the correct shoulder width stance is really worth spending some time, and even 1 centimetre can make a difference to your practice. Then you balance on your right foot, point the left toe, and place your heel there, unless you want to mirror me. Turn the back toe out through 45 degrees and bend your knees. Put your hands on your hips and make sure your hips are forward, not left at the side. So you push your right hip forward, bend your knees and turn your knees out to the floor. And you start to feel more and more rooted. Now move forwards and back. Bring your weight into the back foot and turn towards your back knee. As you come forward, bring your weight to the front knee. Just feeling the rotation and the shifting of the weight. This comes into your forms all the time. But for our moving kicks, I'm going to ask you to balance in your front foot. Lift the leg. Breathe out as you push. Breathe in as you bend your knee. Place the toe. And then you can start to breathe out as you move backwards and swing your hands back. Breathing in as you come forwards in slow motion. Feel for the earth to stabilize you. And then hold perfectly still until the toe touches, and only then do you move back. And of course, you're always listening to your own body, and don't let my nagging get under your skin. If you know your hip or your balance, you need something different. But you know all that. So just have some fun with these beautiful kicks. See how I'm turning sideways, I come forward. Now, if your balance is too wobbly, then it's good to just, from the three-quarter stance, bring your weight forward and bring the toe to touch the ground with the heel off. And balance there, and then point the front toe. So you can still be developing a moving balance without creating too much strain on anywhere that's painful. There's so much benefit to have from this kind of balancing on the front foot and then the back foot. And you do have to spend a lot of time standing around if you're going out to the shop, so a lot of you can't. But think of all those cues, you could just balance. No one will know what you're doing. Take one foot off. Let's have a tree moment. Let's have standing like a tree. Very, very grounding. So if you're getting too much up in your head, you need to come down to earth. It's lovely if you can look at a tree, but otherwise just pick one up in your mind's eye and close your eyes. Bend your knees a little, just unlocking the joints. Shoulder width stance. And breathing in, lift your hands up. So the palms are in front of your heart. And the fingertips again are aligned. The elbows are low. And your shoulders are relaxed. And in your mind's eye, you can see this tree. And sense in yourself your rootedness. And this movement in your arms as you breathe, the movement in your ribs, this expanding and relaxing. I love watching trees in the wind. And then feel your crown, this sense of all the space above your head. But you haven't lost awareness of your feet and the rootedness of your being in the earth. Now, some of you might like to go from this standing like a tree into a yoga pose just because you can and you like it. If not, stay where you are in standing like a tree. Otherwise, you can breathe in and bring your foot to your thigh and raise your arms up above your head. And keep your eyes still. And smile. Feel the stillness. And at any point, if standing like a tree is making your shoulders too painful, use your breath to relax them. And then if that doesn't work, you can just lower your hands down into Wu Chi. So, other side, if you haven't done it and you want to. If you're doing standing like a tree, then I used to practice initially just for 5 minutes, but then 10, 15, 20. And it looks like you're doing nothing, but you're doing amazing things for your energy system. In that stillness and deep relaxation, energy will flow. Stretch and relax. Lift, jump. Let's give you the lungs. I feel we have to do the lungs every time. Palms to sky. Breathing in and out. In. Breathing in, hold hands behind your back, pointing your index finger down to the earth, shoulder blades down and look up, deep breath in, as you breathe out, straighten up, and then fold over at the waist, lung meridian stretch, just hang upside down like a rag doll, and then as you breathe in again, you can start to lift your hands off your back gently, gently, bringing them up towards the sky. Just imagine if they won't go, just imagine it. Otherwise, lift them and move yourself into a lovely stretch, just finding where it feels nice. And keep relaxing your neck. And play with it, always playing with our stretches. Then bending your knees, lowering your hands to your back, breathing out and breathe in to stand up. That's nice. Bring your little fingers to the sides of your sternum. So your hands are now just resting on the sides of your sternum like this. And you're pressing gently, and you're smiling gently, and you're just smiling to your lungs. Breathe. And then wrap one hand onto your ribs, cross the belly button just above it, or catch the bottom ribs and catch your opposite elbow between the pointy bit and your inner bone, the hollow. Just feel around there with your fingertips. And breathe some deep breaths. And you're still feeling yourself in that rootedness of standing like a tree. Be aware of your feet, flat upon the earth. Feel your legs from the belly down. And each time you breathe out, relax a little deeper, softening and warming. And again, when we use our imagination, sometimes every energy movement can be enhanced. So this particular hold, just for a moment there, I just got a picture of a little rabbit, funnily enough, little baby rabbit tucked up in my arms there. And it was like I